What are their thoughts today? Hi, beautiful soul. Thank you for joining me, Mystic Mia, here on Mostly in the Moment for another Love Pick a Card reading. We're looking at their thoughts today. So the overall main thoughts they're having, romantic thoughts, thoughts about you, and then just maybe about anything in the future that might involve you. So we have 4 piles here. You would choose a pile based on the number, the image, the colors, the emojis that resonate with you. Timestamps are below. The time was free, so it should resonate whenever you pick this pile, pick this reading. Thank you so much for your love and support. I appreciate it. And with that, I hope you enjoyed the reading, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 22. We're looking at their thoughts today. So let's start with just general, any thoughts that they're having, main thoughts they're having right now about anything. Conjunction, bringing something together, a child. Okay, playful, youthfulness. Okay. They're thinking about how it could be fun doing something. So it could be something as serious as having a child with someone, creating a home with someone, creating a family with someone. Or it could be something like creating a business venture, starting a project with their loved one, with you possibly. Or it could be just the idea of doing something fun for the sake of fun. They want to bring out their inner child, but I feel like this is kind of like a project. It's like, why can't I have fun doing something I have to do, but like, in a fun way, like not looking at it in a different perspective. So this might be them kind of being like, hey, I have to do this for work, or I have to do this for the next step of my life, next chapter to move forward. Why can't I have fun doing it? So like they could be thinking about relationships and family and children because a child is here. Or it could be something that they feel like was dull or boring or a heavy responsibility, but they're like, why can't I make it fun? If they have to redo a room, it's like, why not have some fun doing it? I do feel like you're a huge influence on them in this scenario for most of you. Like, they didn't know that they could have fun creating this project or accomplishing this goal or stepping up to this responsibility. They didn't realize that, there's a fun way to look at it. There's it could be seen as something exciting to look forward to. What are their overall thoughts about you before we go into the romantic aspect? What are something that they're thinking about you just more often than not? Love, may you dive deep into your passions. So cute. And intimacy, wow, sexual chemistry, reminiscing. Okay, so they're really thinking about you and the connection you two have. They're really thinking about, oh yeah, aren't we really great though? Don't we have something really special here? So I do feel like this is something about, I feel like this is like a reconnection. I don't know if you're reconnecting with this person, whether you're in a relationship or not. It just feels like they're reconnecting with you somehow. And they're kind of remembering how good it can be, how good it actually is. Yeah, between the two of you. That's why I got that you are the one who's inspiring them to see things in a different way, that this kind of life responsibility or something that they have to do or something that they got jaded on can be seen as something fun and exciting and something to look forward to. Okay, and what about romantic thoughts? What are some romantic thoughts that they're having about you at this time? 3 of Cups, that they're having so much fun hanging out with you. They forget how much they enjoy your company, or they're remembering how much they enjoy your company, or they're really taking the time out to be like, wow, I'm with my best friend here. We can really just talk forever or have fun in anything that we do. Mask, not showing true feelings, hiding. Okay, so they're kind of hiding the fact that they feel so at home with you and so comfortable with you. I feel like something happened and they feel a little bit guilty Something, they feel a little bit guilty that you kind of both have like kind of a falling out, or maybe that they feel guilty that they're having thoughts that maybe this isn't like working, or maybe you two don't get along as well as they thought, so like they feel guilty about having those thoughts. They feel guilty about pulling away, or something like that. Like they feel like, wow, like this is such a good connection, why did I take so much time away from it, or think otherwise, or how did I miss that? So they are definitely feeling kind of guilty about whatever happened recently between the two of you, because I do feel like this kind of reconnection energy where they're like remembering like, oh yeah, it was really good, like what was I thinking back then, or how did I not catch that, or why didn't I take a moment to see this, or something. But they are taking a moment to see it now. All right, so do they have any thoughts about you in the future? What are their thoughts about the future, and it doesn't involve you? You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. And girl with a snake. Charmed or used. Boundaries. They are having a hard time feeling like they're not good enough for you, that they're just being used by you. So I feel like they put a lot of energy, effort, and thought into this connection with you. If it's not you, then it's someone else close to them, and they feel like whatever it is, it's affecting the connection with you, whether it's with you or not. Like if it's with like a family member or something, or a coworker, where they feel like they're being used, like not appreciated for how much they're thinking and putting their energy into this connection. And they're kind of confused, they're kind of confused between feeling like we get along so well and we have such a good friendship, and are they just using me? Am I even good enough for them? Are they just playing me? So they're kind of walking the line here, in this connection, and how they feel about you and how they feel about a future with you. Like when they're with you, they feel like, oh, this is great, this is awesome, amazing. Like, how did I ever think otherwise? When they're with you, or when they're thinking about you. But then when they're not with you and they had their doubt set in, this is like something that affects their self-confidence. It could be their connection with you, their past with you, or their connection with other people around them that doesn't make them feel good enough, doesn't make them feel good enough, and makes them feel like they're being used. And that might have been the case with you two before, or with them and someone else in their life. And so it's affecting this connection, because if they feel like they're being used and they're not good enough in one connection, they're going to feel like that in with other people too. So you just want to keep that in mind, that they feel good about you, but there's something about within themselves that doesn't feel like they're absolutely sure you feel the same way, or maybe they just feel like they're being used and manipulated by a lot of people, which makes them feel not good enough, which makes them not trust being in a connection with you or moving forward into the future, because they are going back and forth between now and the future, now and the future. It's like they can't make up their mind. They don't know how they actually absolutely feel about themselves in this connection with you, It's like if you're not feeling confident and absolutely sure, you're gonna teeter-totter, and it's gonna affect how they come off to you in this connection, right? So they're not absolutely sure that you want them for who they are, that they're good enough, that there's a possibility here that you two do have this, like, like even if they know when they're with you, like, oh, this is amazing, how do I second guess this? And then when they're away from you and they're in other circumstances, they like start to second guess everything. So they're not fully like absolutely sure within themselves, which means they have some sort of an issue with like who they are, and potentially other not so great connections in their lives right now. So this is definitely an issue on their side, because I feel like it even affects you. Like you're kind of even like not sure, like I don't know how this person thinks. Like, do they like me? Do they not like me? Do they want something? Do they not want something? You feel the confusion, and it's because they're not sure. And so I think it affects you, and you're like, I don't know if I want to be sure with this person. All right, so let's get a quick message from them and then from their higher self. We need to let go each other. So you can tell that they're like, yeah, you can tell that they just want to, like, they're just like, why are you keeping me holding on to you, thinking that like there's a possibility here that this could work out? Like, didn't we try this out already? Didn't you make it clear, or didn't I make it clear before? Like, why are you making me second doubt this? Like, I thought we made a decision and now we keep coming back and keep coming back. Like, why are you doing this to me? Shouldn't we let each other go? The Emperor. I feel like they feel so confident when they're not around you that, like, yeah, I'm doing the right thing. Like, we've moved on. And when they come around you, they're like, what am I doing? I should be with pile 22. What was I thinking? Magnetic connection. There is a very strong pull and intensity that draws you to this person. This is their higher self speaking. And the Death card in reverse, it's like, it feels like it's never fully done. Like, this connection is never fully finished. So whenever they come around you or think about you in a meaningful way, they feel kind of drawn to you, and they're like questioning themselves, is this over? Is this actually over? Is this actually ever going to be over? Is the door always going to be open for this connection? And so that's what they're kind of trying to figure out. Let's see if Spirit has any advice for you, Pile 22. Communicate. And wealth. Master of Gems, which is King of Pentacles. I feel like with the Emperor here and the Death card, like, there needs to be like a conversation, and it'll leave you both in a better place. Whatever that is. Like, I feel like you two need to have a real deep heart to heart, and it'll leave you both in a much better place with your relationship, whether it's to be together or with other people. Kind of a better understanding of where your place in the world is after this conversation, after kind of either getting on the same page with this relationship or kind of leaving it at a good place with closure. Whatever it happens between the two of you, I feel like Spirit's like, you two just need to have a really good one more time heart to heart, and it'll leave you both with a clarity and understanding to leave you with a really good next relationship, whether that's with each other or with other people. Like, this is kind of like, I'm getting like you need this or something. Both of you really, really need this. And then Grasshopper, situations in the balance that require careful handling. Yeah, I feel like this is like, and I said heart to heart because it's not just like telling them off or just them telling you the truth or answering a question. It's like really just diving deep and really kind of getting everything out there with the other person's feelings into consideration. Not just being mean and rude and blunt, or just wanting to say what you have to say with no regard to what they have to say. Like, really listening, really kindly, with a lot of heart, saying what's on your mind, and them too. So I feel like Pile 22, like, there is a conversation coming, and I feel like you can feel it too. Like, there's something that's pulling the two of you together to have this really heart-to-heart conversation. And by the end of it, you'll have much clarity of where you two are in terms of relationships, whether with each other or with others in the future. So Pile 22, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, I really appreciate a like or comment. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful Pile 33. We're looking at their thoughts today. So let's start with whatever they're thinking about into more energies about you. So just in general, what are they thinking about today? It could be anything. Square, a challenge or disharmony, coming out of a challenging situation. Letter, message, writing, speech. Okay, so I feel like they received some sort of message recently, or bad news, and they're kind of getting out of that like bad news energy. Let's see what this bad news could have been in. Successful outcome to your problems. Okay, so I don't know. I feel like they were in a challenging situation and it didn't go right, and now it went wrong. Now it is going right. So they're not giving me too much information, so I guess it doesn't really involve you. Dealings with an older man, so it could be like a boss, a coworker, a brother, a father figure, a friend, just an annoying person around them, landlord or attorney or something, just a random stranger on the street. But I feel like they got some bad news, that something that they wanted didn't work out, and then it did end up working out eventually. But okay. We all have those days. Let's see what their thoughts about you are. I'm going to start with something more general and then more romantic afterwards. So when they think about you, what are their main thoughts that they have about you? Ease. May it be effortless. And guardian. A lost loved one watches over you. Okay, so I feel like there might have been a situation where you two kind of lost touch a little bit, and they're remembering how easy things were with you. I especially think because of this like issue that popped up for them. It's different for different people, but like they're remembering how nice it was to have your like advice or your help, or just the comfort of knowing that you're not in it alone. So whatever they're dealing with, the bad news they got or whatever, they're like, oh, like I wish, Pile 33 was there with me. This could be something like they have to go to an event and they don't like going alone, or they have to deal with some family issue and they're like, oh, Pile 33 would be able to help me with this so much, with just support or with their wisdom, with their advice. Or just like having someone there who understands what you're going to. I have a feeling like you kind of know their history, like you kind of know their friends and family a little bit. So like they would get so much comfort just having you in their like life at this time. I do feel like you're not in their life at this time, or not as much as they would want you to be or you would want to be. But they do think about you and hope you're doing really good. They wish that like being with you was more easy, like easier. They feel like the reason you couldn't be together was for like, I don't know, something just kind of kept you apart. Like when you're together, there's so many issues that you two couldn't just be with each other. There's always like a million other things going on. And it was like overwhelming. But I feel like they're seeing you in a different light now. Like they're realizing that like a million things happen in your life no matter if you have a partner or not. And they're realizing that you were actually helping them through those issues. And now they're just doing it alone. And so they're seeing you in a different light, I'm getting, from before. All right, so what are some of the more romantic thoughts that they're having about you? The more love-focused. Strength, okay, in reverse. Yeah, so we get this like uneasiness, feeling kind of weak energy. Camera, reminiscing. Yeah, see? They're thinking about the past and they're thinking about how things were like easier with you, and they're kind of seeing things in a different light. They're realizing that problems in life are always going to come up, but with you, at least they were going through it with somebody that was supporting them, helping them, getting it through with them. I think they didn't separate the two things. They didn't realize that like problems are always going to arise and you weren't making things worse, you were making things better. But I think they like lumped you in with like the problems that were going on at the time when you two were together. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's look at their thoughts about the future and parts that might involve you. All right, so communication is key. And the runner, fear of intimacy, running away, intensity, letting go, turmoil. I think if they were to talk to you today, they would tell you that like they ran away because they didn't know how to tell you how they were feeling. I feel like you did. I feel like you told them what was going on with you. You're very honest. You're very upfront. And I'm getting that they didn't know how to match that energy. Like they didn't know how to explain what was going on with them to you as good as you explained to them. Something like you made things seem so easy. Like it was easy to understand your feelings. It was easy to understand what you're thinking about the future. It was easy to understand like your way of perceiving the connection. But they didn't know how to do that for you. And so it just added to the problems that they were already having at the time. So they realized that you were an asset. At least now they're realizing that you are a huge asset and you are just helping them kind of communicate so that you can be there for them more. Or I feel like you were just kind of helping them and loving them, supporting them the best way you could. But they didn't know how, like, because they didn't know how to reciprocate that. They didn't know how to like understand all the things that you were doing for them or all the things that were going on. There were a lot of moving parts at the time. I'm getting they didn't know how to like compartmentalize it and organize those things as well as you did. Like I feel like you kind of like where you could easily talk about your work or where you see your future going in your career, or you can easily talk about the connection and what you want from the relationship, or you could easily talk about like some issues that they might have been having and what you think is best and some solution you thought of that you want them to consider, and they might just not able to kind of take it all in, and so they just kind of lumping things together at like pile 33 is just like that's another thing I can't do is communicate well, and it just added to their like already like frustration that they already had. You know what I'm saying? But they are thinking about you a lot right now, and they can't help it. I feel like they're a little bit of like a feeling kind of a little weak right now because of the situation that they were just in. That was like, thank goodness, like worked out for them. But they're like, what would I have done if this didn't work out? And you know how like when you're really in a tough situation, you like call out for anyone to kind of help you, like your friend or your parent or whoever, your partner. They're kind of like their heart was like calling out to you, like I really want to pick up the phone and call Hal 33 and ask them for their help, but I know I shouldn't. But they're in such a weak spot right now. They're like, but I know that they would help me, but it brings up all these feelings of like, did I F it up in the past before? Like, did I not see all that they were offering? Was I the screw up here? Am I the one who can't like, am I the only one who can't figure this out and see this clearly? It seems like pile 33 could always see this clearly. Something like that. All right, let's see a message from them and their higher self. Message from them. I'm so attracted to you. And the Page of Swords. I feel like they don't have trouble telling you that they're attracted to you and talking to you about like things that they're interested in, things that you're interested in. In fact, I feel like you two have really good conversations. It's like when it comes to more serious things, that's when they start like, messing up a little bit. There is a easiness with you, but I feel like when it gets to some more important things and serious things, they kind of start glitching. All right, let's see what their higher self has to say to you. Open your eyes. If someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. And it's with the Queen of Swords, the Page of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. Okay. I feel like they are really good with communication, but they just do it in a different way than you do. And I think they didn't understand that. They can communicate their feelings, they can communicate their thoughts about the connection and the future and other things in their life, other issues they might be having, other goals, other things going on in their life. But they communicate it in a different way than you do. So they're getting so flustered because they're trying to communicate it in a way that you do, but that's your own unique way of expressing yourself, and they have their own way. And I'm getting that they have kind of mastered their own unique way of expressing themselves. So since the last time you saw them, whether that was recently or a while ago, I do feel like they have kind of figured out. Maybe they're really good at it right now, or maybe they're still kind of figuring it out, but they have figured out a way to kind of express themselves, communicate with others better in a way that makes sense to them, in a way that works for them. All right, so what does Spirit say is a good idea for you? What's Spirit's advice for you? Synchronicity and the Queen of Pentacles. So Queen of Swords and Queen of Pentacles, practicality. I feel like Spirit's like, in regards to this connection, obviously there's a good vibe there. There's a good connection. There's a spark for sure. But, love isn't the only thing that matters in a connection. Communication, obviously. And like, if you two are communicating in a different way, when the Page of Swords came up, I kept like seeing the King of Swords, but then the Queen popped up. So I feel like you two have just like very different communication styles. And it's just like, okay, like that's great that you two kind of can communicate with each other right now, but like if it's very different, so different to the point where it might not be the greatest foundation for a relationship, like maybe you should look out for signs if this is the best way for you to go. For some of you it is, because the Queen and the King of Swords, like that's great match. But or if one of you is a Page of Swords and the other one's the Queen of Swords, like one of you is like really masterful with your words and your thoughts and your communication, and the other one is not so much, do you really want to put yourself through that? Or do you want to work with this person and help them communicate? That's up to you. But Spirit's kind of saying like, open your eyes, see if this is practical. If the communication style between the two of you actually works, because there is a spark here, but and it could grow into really like passionate love, but like if you can't communicate, and that's a big part of a really strong relationship, is that practical? You could definitely be playing a game where you two can, one of you can be a really good communicator, and the other one not so much, and you can make it work in other ways. Maybe there's a lot of physical chemistry there, and maybe both of you are more earth signs, or maybe one of you is like a water sign and you need that earth sign. Like whatever it is, it might be a good pairing because of other reasons. But if you're a really good communicator, or you need really good communication in your relationship, and this person is not there in their communication or has a completely different communication style than yours, like you have to think about like if it's going to be worth your time and energy to always play devil's advocate and then like kind of voice their argument, or try to like see things from their point of view and you theirs, but it's like speaking two different languages, you know. It's very difficult, and I feel like Spirit is saying think about practicality. Like, does this practically work for you? Is this something that you know, with logic and reason, can you see being a smart move? Like, I feel like a lot of us that watch tarot, we're all very intuitive and we all have like very deep emotions and like relationships based on love, but we are also very physical beings and are born with a brain for a reason too. And not to say that no one has a lot of reason skills here, but we tend to kind of bypass our mind for our hearts, you know. And so, you know, if you look back at a connection like, oh, a year ago, a few years ago, 5 years ago, it's like, oh, you know, it was never going to work because, you know, they lived here and I lived here and we just had two different lives or different interests, or, you know, it took us like several years to actually just talk about the fact if we both wanted the same things or not. Like, you know, so like it's like thinking practically. Like, we have our like physical mind for a reason, right? And I feel like you might have a spark with a lot of folks, and this is someone you definitely have a spark with, but I don't know if it's all there for you, pile 3, with this person. But the best way to figure it out is to ask your guides to show you signs and synchronicities on whether this is like good for you practically and spiritually. All right, pile 33. So I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, I really appreciate a like or comment. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 88. We're looking at their thoughts today. So we're going to start with just like general overall main thoughts they might be having, and then we're going to look into more energies that are related to you and romance. Okay, so what are the thoughts that they're having today? Just overall, anything they're thinking of. Joy and play, 5th house, okay? And coffin, interesting. Okay, so they're sad because they're not able to have fun. Yeah, I'm getting that they really want to enjoy their day, or I feel like they've been kind of burdened. Maybe they've been working too hard. Maybe they haven't seen their friends for a long time. You know, maybe they're kind of caught up in getting a lot of things done, and it's just like they haven't had time for fun. And so I'm getting this energy that they're feeling sad because they haven't had fun or time to have fun for a long time. Yeah. Okay, so that's their thoughts for today. It's a little bit sad, a little bit depressing, but you know, I think they're trying to have fun maybe, but it's like maybe it's making them sad or something. I'm getting like, I feel like they're missing their friends, missing friends or something like that, or missing like being able to do things that they were able to do. I don't know, something about like missing fun, missing time to have fun, missing their friends, kind of thing. Or maybe they might be missing certain friends, or missing certain like moments, like periods in their life that they were able to hang out with their friends more or something, or had more time for fun or something. You know, maybe they're always like working and they don't have time to work on their hobbies or something like that. Okay, so overall thoughts about you, and then we'll go into like the romantic thoughts about you. But just in general, like if they're having thoughts about you, what are they having thoughts about? Fluid. You may shift and transform. And it came out in reverse. And manifest. Tell the universe exactly what you want. Okay. So you may shift and transform. It came out in reverse. I'm getting that they are trying to like manifest who you are. They're hoping that you're the same person. So I feel like they're trying to manifest you, and they're trying to get you back into their life. But like, or they're hoping to hang out with you, but like in the ways that you used to. They're hoping that you are the same person and that you like doing the same things, and that you can have the same kind of fun that you did back then now. So if you're dating this person or if you're in a relationship with them, and if they knew you back in the day, they're hoping that they can like still have fun with you like that. Or, you know, maybe like the connection has got more serious and they're hoping and praying that like you two can still have fun like you used to at the beginning of the connection. And I feel like this for a lot of you, this might be someone that might be like thinking of you from the past, and they're hoping and praying that you're the same person, the same kind of person who likes to do this fun stuff that you used to do back in the day. I feel like you used to hang out with this person as a friend, or maybe you kind of dated this person, and they're thinking of reconnecting with you just because they're hoping that you're the same fun, interesting, vivacious person you were back in the day. They really want to hang out with you. They really want to have fun. They want to have good conversations. They want to go out and do the same things that you used to do. Something like that I'm hearing. So that's really interesting. All right, so romantic thoughts about you. What are some romantic thoughts that they're having about you? 6 of Wands in reverse. They kind of, definitely want to hang out with you alone or, privately. Okay, they feel like you'd be successful if you did. Girl talk. Okay, time with friends. Moving on. Happily single, living in the moment, having fun. Yeah, see, I told you. So I feel like they just want to have just fun, just the two of you. So like, I don't know, running around the city, going shopping, having dinner, watching a funny movie, laughing, having interesting conversations, catching up on gossip, or just like doing like, like when with everyone else, you might be kind of a little bit more professional, a little bit more serious, a little bit more grounded. But then with this person, you can just be unhinged and you can be completely like yourself and just like laugh and be like a little bit mean, a little bit kind of condescending, a little bit like, yeah, but I'm better than thou kind of energy. Like, and they're not going to take you as seriously, but they're just going to have, join in on the fun. And, I feel like that's the energy that they're getting, that they want to have with you, where they can just kind of like shit talk, and just like, or talk about like a lot of different topics that you might not be able to talk about, that they might not be able to talk about with their friends and colleagues. I'm just getting the remembering like having so much fun with you, and they want to have that right now. They want to just like let it be like the old times I'm getting, or how it used to be. They really are craving and missing that kind of fun. And they really enjoy time with you, and they're missing that kind of fun with you. They're thinking about you in that capacity a lot right now. All right, let's look at their thoughts about the future, and like thoughts that might involve you in regards to the future. Okay, nothing will come of the situation, and came out in reverse. And heartbroken. Okay, so I do feel like you did break their heart. I do feel like you broke their heart, and but they don't think that nothing will come of the situation because it came out in reverse. So I do feel like even though they left you heartbroken or you left them heartbroken, they feel like there's still so much fun to be had here. Like I am getting second chance vibes, or rekindling the connection or reviving the connection or something like that. Yeah, so I don't know if you two got into an argument recently or if this is like a little to no communication situation, but I am getting an energy of like someone was left heartbroken, maybe both of you, but they absolutely do not think that nothing will come of this. They definitely feel like at the least you guys can have a really good time as friends if you're reconnecting after a long time. But if you're in a connection with them or dating them, they do feel like they can rekindle this connection, get things on the right track again. And they don't want you to change. They want you to be exactly who you are. They love the person that you are. They're hoping that like life and circumstances and experiences haven't like killed that awesome person that they know you to be, you know? All right, so let's look at a message from them and their higher self. Just being near you is intoxicating. And it came out in reverse, so they, like, I feel like they're, like, remembering or wanting to be around you, because it's, especially because it fell on the Six of Wands in reverse. And the Six of Wands in reverse for me is like a private victory or like a private hangout. So I feel like they want to be around you because they know, absolutely sure, that it will be a fun time. Like, they know without a doubt that, like, if they were to call you up and you said yes and you two were to hang out, you two would have an absolutely fabulous time. They just know it. The Sun card, aw, the yes, it's a yes card. So I do feel like they want this. They want to kind of reach out to you, and they know that you wouldn't say no. They know that you would say yes, and they have a feeling that you would be down to hang out. And, like, I feel like if this is a little to no communication situation, you haven't talked to them for a long time, that they feel like even if you were with someone else, like, you would definitely wouldn't say no to just hanging out with friends, as friends at the least. But if you're single, or even if you're, like, dating this person, or you've been in a relationship with this person for a long time, I feel like you'd be so down to just kind of rekindle the love that you have for each other. Because I do feel like with the heartbroken here, like, something happened that made it feel like, I don't know if we have another chance at this, you know? So it's pretty serious. Okay. And a message from their higher self. Gratitude. You need to be grateful for the love already present in your life to attract more of it. So yeah, I feel like it's more kind of like, no matter how mad they left you, or how mad you left them, or how awful the situation was that you two kind of ended things on, or whatever happened, like, you can't deny that the love is so strong. So I don't know if they did something bad, or you did something bad, or, you know, you just broke up, or if, you know, you two kind of, like, fell away from each other somehow. Spirit is saying, like, you know that there is such good chemistry between the two of you. Like, there is true love here, and, like, one event, one bad situation, or whatever, is not going to change that amount of love that you have for each other, because the chemistry was, like, real. It was there. The Fool. Wow. There is a chance for a new start here. Or, like, because I feel like it's not like a new start. It's kind of like starting where you left off. You know, because I feel like it's just, like, continuing. You know, there was, like, a huge hiccup in the middle, right? For whatever reason. And Spirit is saying, like, there's absolutely a chance to kind of start over, but not start over. Like, start fresh, but, like, from where you guys left off, minus the bad event. Or maybe you'll talk about that at some point after reconnecting. But, like, there's such an energy of, like, this connection was meant to continue. And even if you two are with other people, maybe just as friends, but, like, I feel like this connection is too real. You know, like, this kind of connection it's so rare in life that if you find it, you want to hold on to it, kind of thing, you know? I feel like it's that energy. All right, so let's see what Spirit has for you as advice for all this. Process your feelings. And Two of Wands, planning. I feel like this person's going to reach out to you, and they're going to, like, invite you to have this, like, really fun time. You're going to probably have a blast. But I feel like you're not going to be able to have fun until you kind of, like, process the feelings. Like, I feel like you're going to, I get this image of, like, you saying yes to them on the phone or something. And then you're kind of like, okay, like, I kind of want to go into this in a good headspace. So let me, like, kind of process my feelings. So Spirit's advice for you is that, like, to make sure this doesn't come up in the first hangout in a long time between the two of you, like, maybe take some time to, like, process your feeling. If you have a day or a few, to just kind of like think about what went wrong or how you feel about this person truly. And that way you actually enjoy the time with each other instead of like trying to process it when you're hanging out or like having it like kind of blow up in your face, you know, or blow up in their face randomly because like, you know, you didn't take the time to think about it beforehand. So it seems like you're in line for a really fun night with this person, Pile 88. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, I really appreciate it. Like a comment. With that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful Pile 99. We're looking at their thoughts today. So we're going to start with just like general thoughts they're having, overall main thoughts that could be about anything, and then their overall thoughts about you, and then we're going to go into the more romantic questions. Okay, so what are they thinking about today? Let's start with anything at all, in general, overall. Wild femininity, Lilith. Okay. And it came out in reverse. And then the key. I'm getting kind of Chiron because I don't know, looking at astrology. So Lilith and then Chiron. So like the dark feminine energy and then the wounded warrior. The key is unlocking, answer, openness, solution. Okay. They're doing some major inner work here today. In regards to the dark femininity here, like how the lack of good, strong, healed energy around them, or the lack of being around them, has affected them, has wounded them. So it could be anything from like what they didn't get from their parents or when they were younger, from their family or from society, how they weren't nurtured, how they weren't given access to things, certain resources, how maybe they felt like held back or something in some way. I feel like they have like a skill, talent, or passion, an ability that's like really, really special. And I feel like they're just starting to uncover it now, and they're realizing that like, you know, they could have had this since they were a child, but like, you know, something came up, you know, maybe they weren't given the opportunity, maybe no one paid attention to them, maybe they didn't have the resources, maybe they didn't even know about this, they had limited knowledge or wisdom about the world or experience or something. Like, there's a feeling of like, I wish I knew this before, or wish I had access to this before, or something like that. So they're having some deep, big thoughts today, Pal 99. All right, so let's see like their overall thoughts about you today, just anything, and then we'll go into their more romantic thoughts. Okay, stretch. May you extend your reach. And Mercury retrograde, okay? Electronic issues, communication issues, review everything. Yeah, see, they're reviewing a lot of things. Okay, so there must be like a cycle closing out for them. They might be going through a transformative, you know, phase right now. They're kind of hoping that like your influence, your love and support would reach them. I'm getting like overall, they're hoping that like you get to where you want to be in life. I feel like you have the potential for such reach in your life. They're actually hoping, applauding you and praising you and hoping that you get to where you need to be. I think they're looking at you and they're like, oh, I wish I could be where Pile 99 is. You know? Like, I hope they keep going. I hope they reach a lot of people. I hope they help a lot of people. They connect with all the right people. They get to where they need to be to accomplish all the goals and stuff like that. Yeah, because when they're thinking of you, they see you as someone who's made it or is meant to make it, and you've inspired them to kind of look at life differently and look at how they prioritize things in their life also differently. So they appreciate you, and in this kind of review phase, they're kind of looking at you as someone who's like did this kind of work before, inner work before, and they want you to kind of have more influence on them and people around you. So they're kind of encouraging you and kind of like hoping that you get further in your reach. So they are going through like a major review phase right now, pile 99. Okay, so what about their romantic thoughts for you? What are their romantic thoughts of you right now? Knight of Cups in reverse. I feel like they would like to reach out to you romantically, but they're not going to. Engagement ring. Oh my goodness. Partnership, commitment, eternity, completion, union. The Knight of Cups came out in reverse, and then like the engagement ring came out. So I feel like they are going to kind of come to you, but it's going to be in a very serious way, because you can tell that they're doing a really intense inner work right now. Maybe for the first time, or maybe it's just really heavy, whatever they're thinking about. And so I feel like they want to come to you, but they're not going to. But when the next time they do, they're going to come correctly. They're going to come with like a serious offer. So I do feel like they would like to come to you at this time, but they understand they're going through such a major transformation right now in their life that they want to wait on it a little bit. And the next time they do come to you, it's going to be like, everything on the table and like a very serious offer. All right, so what are some of the thoughts about the future that may include you at this time? Prosperity lies ahead. New moon in Taurus. And teddy bear. Aw. Interest in you, blooming romance, flirting, want to date. So I do feel like they're not just going through a very transformative inner life with their emotions, their mental and spiritual lives, but they're also going through a major transformation in their physical life. So I feel like they're also getting a lot of things together in their physical life. This could be their career, this could be their finances, this could be their health, this could be their connections with other people, friends and family and coworkers. So they are going through a major transformative period right now. So they are hoping that once things kind of settle down for them after this transformation, that they can, take these opportunities and move forward with them. But they are very interested in you, and they would like to make a move on you now, but they just don't think, like, there's just so much going on right now and so much heaviness that they just kind of want to get through this like kind of period, which isn't too long, but I think they definitely need this time. Like, they wouldn't speak correctly if they were to speak to you right now. They wouldn't be able to think straight. Their mind is kind of chaotic with a lot of different things that they're getting clarity on, that they're reviewing, that they're learning the lessons of and figuring out how they want to move forward with. So it's not really a good time for them to come forward towards you anyway. But they would like to. They wish everything was kind of already done and settled, but that's not how life works, right? It takes some time. All right, so let's see what they would like to say to you. A message from them and a message from their higher self. Start a message from them. I wonder if you are happy without me. So they wonder because you are they are just happy to be influenced by you, and they see your reach and how you're living your life. Like, if you're doing better, okay, like if you're doing better without them. That's kind of another reason that they're not approaching you right now, because they're kind of like, they might be kind of checking up on you. They might be looking at your social media. They might be messaging you. They might be like kind of hanging out with you, but not like without any intention. And you're kind of like question mark on this person. But they're just kind of gauging where you are, like if you're better off without them. So you can tell that they're kind of like just kind of scoping things out, they're doing their research, they're doing a lot of internal work right now. We have the Five of Cups here. They definitely do miss you, but they don't want to. They don't want to. If they were to come into focus for you, they wouldn't want it to be as someone just like on the outside, kind of trying to figure out where you're at. They would want to come into your life correctly. So I feel like right now, they don't like how they are around you because they're kind of just like, first of all, going through heavy stuff, a transformation. And second of all, they feel like they're being sketchy, just like trying to check up on you. And they're like, I don't want to be that weirdo around them. Like if I want to come into their life, I want to come into their lives like confidently, ready, knowing what I want, ready to take action, not like this kind of like sketch person trying to figure out where they are and like being kind of, going like acting like a yo-yo in their intentions with you and how they talk to you. So they do miss you, but they don't want to be like a weird lurker in your life. They want to be coming in like confident, as a confident person, like with everything kind of like figured out, and then they're completely ready. They want to come in ready. All right. What about a message from their higher self? Different paths. You are not on the same path with this person you have in mind. The direction you want to move into are different. Yeah, so I do feel like Spirit is kind of saying that like there's a reason this person is coming back into your life right now for a short period of time, because they're obviously going through a major transformation. But it feels like it's just like you two were kind of like you moved on to like a grander cycle, and they just moved into that cycle. So for example, if you just closed out your like awakening cycle, they're just starting their awakening cycle. You know what I'm saying? But it overlapped for a short period of time where you two could like see each other one last time or something like that. Two of Pentacles. Yeah, see? That's what, oh wow. Yeah, so that's exactly what I was, the image that I was getting. It's like you just kind of finished up the cycle that they just entered into. So it like overlapped for like a short period of time. You two might have had a relationship at that time, or a friendship, or reconnected during that time. But like, so if you're like wondering, why is this person coming back? Are they coming back? They're thinking the same thing. And it's just like, oh, well, they're going through this transformation where they're fully coming into this cycle that you are finally fully leaving. So this might be like one of your last times to kind of be in each other's lives in this way. Okay, let's see if Spirit has some advice for you in regards to this connection, what to do. Focus. That's so funny. I kept saying the word focus, and that's not a word that I typically use. And take the leap. You know what's so funny? I feel like there's something coming to your life that you are really focused and confident in to take. This could be an opportunity for work. It could be a new relationship opportunity. I feel like it's kind of like, you know how like, I feel like they're mirroring your energy. Like they feel like the lurker, right? Like they're trying to see, the Pile 99, your person's trying to see like what you're up to, are you actually better off without them? They're trying to like check up on you and see like how you are now, and like if you're actually doing better without them. But I feel like you're that energy for this new thing that's coming in. So I don't know if it's like new coworkers, if it's new friends, new like neighborhood, or new partnership. But I do feel like it's kind of like you're not the lurker, but you're like the new kid on the block or something. And so you're doing all the research, trying to figure out everything, trying to get to know everyone and stuff like that. So like it's so funny that like they're mirroring this energy in you, because like you have a lot of mirrors. You have mirrors on people who are in a different cycle than you too. So I feel like this last person, Pile 99, they are. You see how they're mirroring you, and it's like a slightly less it's like a lower frequency version of mirror of you. So you're mirroring each other, but it's like they're mirroring you in like a lower frequency way. You're mirroring them in a higher frequency way. So it's like kind of like you can tell you're in a different cycle. So yeah, that if that's not a sign for you to kind of move into this new cycle fully and completely, I don't know what it is. But yeah, you know this pile is for you if you are feeling like you're gonna be that new kid on the block in this new connection, this new group, this new workplace, this new neighborhood or something. Something along those lines where there's like a new opportunity where you are ready to focus. You're ready, you're confident, you become who you are. Whereas this person is coming into that energy, just starting that journey for themselves. You understand what I'm saying? All right, Pile 99. So I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, I really appreciate it. Like a comment. I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light.